Good luck, boys.
Oh, somebody's gone already. Yeah, good luck. Good luck.
Good luck. Good luck.
Good luck. Good luck.
Still here.
Good luck. Can I also? I have something to say.
Yeah.
Yeah. Quickly.
Bounty alert.
Oh.
I totally forgot to do mine today. I was so engrossed in Halo.
How is Halo?
I'm so happy, man.
It's good, huh?
I love it. It's everything I wanted.
I'm happy for you, Bear.
I was like giddy after the stream today, dude. It was a fucking treat.
I loved your meta tweet from like, was it 2 years ago? And then you retweeted it with a live commentary.
Oh, no. I tweeted that like last.
Oh, there he goes.
Now, rip.
Dunk, 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 dunk.
Did you vote for yourself, Rob?
Yep. Yeah, I did. Yeah.
I knew it.
Yeah. Spoilers. Oh, but what I was saying is that Phoenix Point game looks real good, actually.
Yeah, the XCOM like.
Yeah. Procedurally generated monsters and shit. Like, this looks awesome.
Hey, I was just wondering if you guys knew that Good Shepherd is the sponsor of this event, and Transport Fever is coming out. Transport Fever 2 is coming out December 11th. And thank you to them for sponsoring the Champions Assault.
Oh, we're talking about Good Shepherd Entertainment?
We're talking about Good Shepherd Entertainment coming out with Transport Fever.
The classic transportation simulation genre has a new gold standard with Transport Fever 2. Discover a whole new world by navigating transport routes through land, water, and air. May progress and prosperity find their way. Coming out this next Thursday. This next Thursday.
The 11th.
And air. That's actually pretty cool, to be honest.
You know what?
Hello, Daniel.
Hello, Mrs. Laterno.
Please make sure that you have muted yourself from the stream. And please tell me the name that you would like to evict.
Okay, hold on. Let me mute the microphone here. Hold on.
Not that hard.
As an aside, I'm looking at Transport Fever 2. I'm probably going to pick this up. This looks pretty fun.
Yeah. It looks like a mouth game, too.
Yeah, it definitely is a mouth game.
You can play it in between Civ campaigns.
Hello.
Hello.
We'll take a quick 3-minute break and after
Oh, sounds good, Kate.
All right. I'll see you guys in 3 minutes.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
How's everyone feeling right now? Second person about to walk out the door.
It's I don't know. I don't know how things are shaping up.
We'll see.
So I guess, and so if there's a tie, it's gonna go to Ryan, right?
That's true. That's how the game works.
Oh man.
I mean, I don't know about you. I wouldn't want to split a 1-1 tie and be the sole reason why someone's gonna go home. That's just me. Because I mean, at that point, you're basically like, cutting someone's throat yourself.
Yeah, but Ryan doesn't have a choice, you know.
I'm cutting someone's throat so that everybody else can eat, though.
Looks like meat's back on the menu, boys.
Whee!
Man flesh.
Dun, 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 dun.
That is a Lord of the Rings.
He's right. He's right. What about their legs? They don't need those.
No, Oliphants, Mr. Frodo. They'll never believe we saw these back in the Shire.
Irish evolution.
I thought we were doing Lord of the Rings.
It's Samuel, not Sam.
I'm Samwise Gamgee, I tell you.
I didn't eat the bread.
Lambus bread, elf bread. Oh, that's a fine elven rope you got there.
Who can do the best Gollum? I bet Dan.
Oh, that's Bear. The answer is Bear.
Bear.
I'm
Don't
glad he
even.
went first, so that Bear has to do it.
Yeah.
Can you do the wiggling? You do that part? Now?
Yeah, that's pretty good, yeah.
I like that. I want that to be my.
So juicy, sweet.
Chat, real quick. Be in chat if you think Bear Taffy is being voted out. R in chat if you think Rob is being voted out. Let's see what the live studio audience thinks.
Perfect backdrop.
B for
man.
Bear, R for Rob.
You know what would be like horrible is like Tetris music. That'd be way like not fitting at all.
Thank God that's not a part of things.
I stopped when I was told to stop.
But you were playing Tetris 99.
I was waiting in my head of household room for people to come in and plead their case, and a couple of people did it.
I don't remember getting a check in the mail from Nintendo on this event.
You guys want to harmonize?
Sure. No, it doesn't. Never works. It just it never works.
After like 4 people are talking at once.
All right, let's call the vote here. Call the vote.
It's just a 3-point.
71% of the live polling audience
Wait, hold on. Wait, I
believes
got you. Give me a second.
that Bear Taffy is going to get voted out.
Here, I'll do the 3. Someone else do the 5. Okay.
No, you can't talk to us that way.
No, you got okay. You fucking.
Oh, he's just got his own thing. Okay.
Oh, hello, Mrs. Letourneau.
The vote result is here with me.
Mhm.
And the result is a tie.
No.
You actually have to ask the HOH here. Northern Lion, please join me to the jury room for 1 second.
Okay, I will.
In a shocking turn of events, the votes went as expected.
Yeah, I will say we definitely don't need him to go into the jury room because he's the deciding vote, and we will definitely know as soon as he comes back in.
It's a courtesy, though. You know, it's
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
We learned some stuff today. We really did.
Halo.
Oh,
It's on the computer now.
it is.
Got to
Once
wake
my
up
internet
pretty
works,
early in
I'll
the
download
morning.
it.
Yeah, dude.
We want to try and pull a quick one on this one. But I will say this. I'm going to save a recap for the end here.
The Master Chief Collection, it comes with Reach then?
Now it does.
Everything.
Yeah, it didn't have Reach on the Xbox, but they just released it for PC, and then they're going to be doing all the games in chronological order.
I never played Reach.
Yeah, a lot of people never played Reach.
Yeah. I actually only played like 1 and 3.
Mm-hmm. That's probably standard fare. Actually, you missed 2. That's
Hello.
interesting.
I know.
Hello, Miss
Hi.
Letourneau.
Hello.
Now I have the result here. And the person who's going back home tonight is Robert Alpaca
Yeah.
Patrol. You're going home tonight.
All right.
Sorry, but you did your best.
Yeah.
Any last word to the boys before you leave?
Good luck, gentlemen. Have fun.
Thank you. Sorry it had to be this way.
Yeah. I'm surprised, to be honest with you.
It's the Dan curse, Robert. I wish I had warned you, but
Shooting yourselves in the foot. Well, now, honestly, Bear, take it all the way, buddy.
Hey, thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Oops, it was muted on my end, but that's okay.
Yeah, can I go home too? Like, Rob's not the only one that gets to go home, right?
I mean, technically, you're at home right now.
Yeah, I guess.
And then instead of actually interviewing something different. I'll be interviewing the team captains because next week the immunity will be gone. So I'd like to hear the thoughts for the both of the team. I will move them to the.
All
right.
Oh, hello.
Hello, Miss
Are you
Laterno.
surprised with the result tonight?
Not really, because I did it.
I gotta say, I'm a little surprised. I thought maybe Ryan would have wanted a little more easy street, but apparently what that tells me is that, you know, the team lines are a little bit thicker than, you know, we thought.
You know, I have to pay it forward. I drafted Bear Taffy first overall. I didn't draft him, you know, just to yeet him out of the house, for one. Moreover, he won us the games, especially this week. So I'm paying a little gratitude towards him. I'm hoping it might come back to help me in the end, too.
I respect it. What do you make of Alpaca Patrol's parting words? Rooting for Bear Taffy to take this thing to the end.
I think it's justifiable to be mad at the person who voted for him. I just hope that he also remembers that the only reason I was able to vote for him is because somebody else voted for him in the first place. 2 people voted to eliminate Rob. It wasn't my vote. It was 2 votes that led to him being yeeted.
That could be a good selling point if you find yourself in the final 2. And you need to get Rob's vote.
Who'd you vote for, Dan?
Am I allowed to reveal this information, or does it need to remain private? I'm asking the host.
I mean, you're supposed to keep it private, but next week it's free for all. So if you think this will play as in your advantage,
Yeah, I guess we'll just see where the chips may fall. But I will say, you know, I've been in this situation before. I see the writing on the wall. I think it's gonna be a tough week upcoming, but I'm looking forward to the challenge.
how about you, Ryan? Are you ready for the challenge next week? The immunity will be gone now, so you do really have to pull up your weight.
You know, it's scary because I'm not going to be able to be carried by having superior gamers on my team anymore. But at the same time, it's nice to have the training wheels off, and you know, you get to rise or fall based on your own merit for the first time.
Well, thank you very much, Ryan and Dan. It was a pleasure to have you tonight, and good luck to you both next week.
Thanks, Mrs.
Thank you.
Laterno.
More deliberation rooms. I think that made this week a lot better.
I'd like us to like be able to talk more like during the event, you know, because I was alone in a room for 2 hours.
Commented on that.
Say much either because Crypt was.
Oh
very
god, yeah.
Yeah,
Dancer.
yeah,
It's a
it's-
mind melter, dude.
It really is, yeah.
But you guys were not muted or deafened like Dan was the whole time.
What's that, Melf?
During.
All right, guys.
not
Good
trying to hide
luck.
anything. During,
Good game, guys. Ladies and gentlemen. All right, let's get our little post game recap here. Let's go to, ladies and gentlemen, wrapping up week 2. Let's talk about what happened. First challenge. Let me hit slash marker for my boy Zane. Ladies and gentlemen, Champions Assault Week 2 recap. Let me go stir the pot here a little bit.
For being here tonight, it was wonderful
Mm-hmm.
to you guys too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Fun
yeah.
time tonight.
Good games, good games.
Yeah, I think it went really smooth tonight too. Like definitely, you know, it's trending upward, which is good.
Thank you. Worked extra hard and got some help from the chat, help from Mike and Dan. Even, you know, we're chipping in everything that we can to make the show run smoother. So thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, great job, Kate.
Yeah.
Yeah,
thanks.
seriously, great job. Thank you.
Thank you. But yeah, next week. I'm excited for next week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The free for all begins.
Ryan put himself on the block for next week, so I'm interested to see
Robert,
how that plays out for him. It's gonna be interesting.
For the sanctity of the game, I'm choosing not to say what I was originally going to say. I don't want to pierce the veil of the game mechanics.
Okay. All right.
I will say, for being a Jets fan, Rob exited the game in a very high class fashion. He went out on a high note and
Throwing the salty
Just
dig
butter
on
him up. Just butter him up, Dan.
Yeah.
GG's.
Yeah, good game, guys.
Good games, boys.
Yeah, good games.
All right, I'm gonna do a
everybody.
little post-show recap. See you guys. All right. So, let me hit the slash marker here. Ladies and gentlemen, week 2, Champions Assault. We opened up with some fire. I don't have the alerts on here, guys. We opened up with some fire. Crypto the Necro Dancer. A little bit foreign territory. I feel like we picked up on it. Did our best. Unfortunately, we got steamrolled. Both Robert and I. Which led us into Human Fall Flat. Which I think Rob actually had a pretty good chance at that one. Really hung in there, did a nice job. I think Bear had it in his clutches and it slipped away a little bit. However, when it came down to voting time, I'll tell you one thing that threw me for a loop a little bit that I didn't expect. I thought Melv was going to be in like a commentary role as like a typical jury thing, but that's okay. So, clearly within the gameplay, this is all non-meta. This is just within the game. Within the game, Melf is clearly very hurt about being voted out first, which I understand. You want to be the first person voted out, but he's demonstrated that our first week pack, he's not going to uphold that. So immediately, I think that reduces our chance of winning dramatically because, let's just call it what it is. He's salty about being voted out first. Although I think it may be a little misdirected salt because I either had to pick him or Rob, but I can't judge an individual for how they're feeling. All I can do is take how they're feeling and try to understand. But I think we could pretty much flush that jury vote down the toilet. But that definitely, I guess you could call that a twist. It definitely threw me for a loop in terms of having someone that you normally in this kind of situation, when you send someone packing, they're like isolated, right? So you can still maneuver a little bit, but it really jammed me up having them in there and being like, it was pretty awkward within the confines of the game. Yeah, I'm just talking within the confines of the game. I'm not talking about real life. This is like just within the confines of the game. So don't there's no like Reddit Dan doesn't like Mel. I'm just saying within the confines of the game. So that was definitely something I had to adjust to because I didn't expect it. But so you got this like typically when you yeet someone, they're out of the way, right? So but Melf being there was like a little bit of a thorn in my side, but I tried to just not let it affect what was going on. But you can't, it's a twist, right? So it's the game, so you just kind of deal with it. So I felt like I dealt with it the best I could. But I definitely was not comfortable having those one-on-one conversation with a jury member listening. I feel like, just my opinion, is that's like privy to information that the jury should only get that information from talking to other jury members. But at the same time, that's the way it was structured. So I don't look at it as unfair at all. It's like, okay, here it is. The jury members trying to wedge their way into the conversation. So for me at that point, it wasn't even worth having the conversation until, you kind of got them out of there. But are jury members allowed to watch in Big Brother? Jury members are allowed to watch controlled blips of it. So I feel like it doesn't matter because it's a different competition. But we'll just talk about what is. So he's in the mix of the game. So that's just something we need to prepare for next week. But anyway, so that's just another variable you got to deal with and figure it out. So, but realistically, we don't have Melf's vote. Rob wanting Bear to win, I can understand that because he's more of a competitor. But I think we got a rough road ahead of us for sure. Speak about preparing. How about practicing ahead of time? That's not how I play games like this. Number one, you know, I'll break the fourth wall. Like I'm here to make it entertaining. And if you're tuning in to my side of things to see good gameplay, that's not it. So I would never practice for any of these games. I just wouldn't do it. One, it's a time factor, and two, it's not fun, right? So I would rather go in fresh, and then I don't know, because I don't know, it'll be interesting to see how this thing shakes out, but I'm not sure the best game player is going to win this thing. You know what I mean? But to me, it's like I have no qualms with any of the game picks. It is what it is. It's no different than Big Brother. Oh, hey, there's an endurance competition. Well, Austin's going to do the best because he's very slim or whatever. Oh, there's a strength competition and Ryan Gary that's why the games to me don't matter. Like I just have fun playing the games and trying to learn them and do but at the same time, like I was giving 100% effort. Like I wasn't, I mean, you could tell Salamanca's face. Like I'm not out there throwing, I'm trying to win because winning would have kept Robert safe and we could have put a gash in their team. But in terms of like, why don't you practice? This is your job. I mean, we have fun with it, but I don't take it that serious. Yeah, so anyway, so another recap. So Melf was a variable we didn't expect to have to deal with. We're dealing with Melf, which is fine. Like, I just want to be very, very forthright. I want to be very forthright that these are all variables in the game. And this, like, I try to equate it as much as possible. And I try to share it with you in the same way I would Big Brother. Like, stuff happens. Like, hey, there's a jury member going around salting your game. You didn't cry about it, or you're going to try to deal with it. So I'd say that was probably the biggest challenge today. And then I don't know why I didn't believe Austin for 1 second that he was going to keep Rob in the game, you know, but you got to play the game a little bit. And I would have preferred to see Rob stay in the game because I think maybe he would be the only person that wouldn't put me up. But the realization is with Rob going home, Melf being salted on the jury for being first out, which I understand. I mean, I pretty much got to do what I set myself in Big Brother to never have to do, which is you have to win a competition to stay in. That's the position we're in. But also going into it, like, let's say things were different. Say Melf and Rob were still in the game. It's a similar situation. I think it's fair to say, regardless of our skill, this is how my approach isn't in the game. Regardless of skill, I think the second it's open season, you know? But you don't realize when Dan breaks the fourth wall, there's still a fifth wall. No, I'm giving you guys as much insight as possible, but I think it's been a lot of fun. I think we hit, week one was good. Everyone's kind of feeling it out. Week two, a lot of fun. And I feel like there was more room to maneuver at the end, which was a lot of fun. I think that'll be the trend of the show. And I really liked week one. I think each week will get better and better. And then next week, who knows what could happen? You know, like, I think the most chaotic, interesting thing that could happen is maybe I win. Then it's really open season. Then I don't want to say, like, if we get in the driver's seat, then fifth wall, then I think I can take the entertainment to the next level. Because if you don't think we're bringing people in and out of the room, there's a chance. I'm just saying, like, what you just saw, me talking, and then that's like, That's like you got a hamburger without the meat in it. I'm not gonna promise anything. Here's what I can promise: 110% dialed in effort in whatever games we're playing. And if we win, ooh, you better get
yourself down.
Someone that you know, or hire a seamstress or a seamster. Get them to cut off the seatbelt from your local bus, tie it into your gaming chair, and you better buckle up, ladies and gentlemen. That's the only thing I can promise you. We got nothing to lose. We're throwing it all against the wall. Who knows, you know? It could be at times like this. You win an HOH all of a sudden. An individual named Ryan Gary comes and bends the knee, kisses the HOH ring. And it could get really interesting. But as we did last week, I feel it's only proper that we give Rob his send-off. We're gonna take this time and what I don't like to ask much of the live polling audience. I like you guys to sit back and enjoy, but I'm gonna ask you to get involved in this one. Cut the music, please, Wilma. Thank you. For the next 30 seconds, I would really like you to type in one memory of Robert during the Champions of Salt. What was the highlight of this battle-tested competitor? He gave it all. Whether it was Black Future 88, you know, we were up against long odds. He dug his heels and said, Daniel, we can do this. We can do it. His bit rate. No, we got to say nice things. Helping us up the elevator. He brought the fire. And that when Robert and I dialed in to Black Future, honestly, I'll never forget that moment. Because look, we're down 56-0 at halftime. He came in and said, you know what, coach? Let's go out there, run our sets. He fought through his bit rate to fight the hardest at the end. Bit rate. Never forget. Will that be the thing, people? Nah. What they'll remember is Robert's determination, his pageantry, his unwillingness to bend the knee, even in the face of sure defeat. I will say this. I don't think I was. You could call me gullible, but I had 100% trust in Rob. You know, would he have flipped the tables on me? I don't know. Do I think he was thrilled to be on my team? Maybe, but maybe not. But he made the best of it. And I always remember Rob laying it all on the line. Positive attitude. I'll tell you what. It was a coin toss last week between him and Melf. And like, you got to put in one of two players. Put me in, coach, or the other guy. I'm putting in the put me in the in coach guy. He was very positive, man. Like, and that's the thing. Like, Rob and I, we played everything Rob and I have done has never been duos. Like, it's always been Tournament of Shame, NLSS, his football podcast with a bunch of other people. But I'll tell you what, man, I really had fun playing with them. I feel bad because we couldn't talk during Crypto the Necrodancer. Well, I couldn't talk because it's flooded. But, you know, Rob is saltless. I think that's one of the highest compliments you can give someone. I never heard Rob be salty once, you know, and that's a commendable thing. Now, is he, you know, he'll hit us with some little brother stuff, but you know what? You got to appreciate that about him. Just don't say use your fork on fish and chips. Fair enough. With that being said, any questions? I like to answer a few questions from the live studio audience. After all this, he's still going to vote against him in the final. I mean, Rob, if it was me and Bear, I don't want to say I would understand that he would voted for Bear to win. I just think we got a really, really really tall mountain to climb to stay alive here. Why did I vote for Rob to stay? Because I felt like he would be loyal and he'd be my only chance to survive next week if I didn't win. Who do you think is the biggest threat right now? So I don't look at threats as like I don't look at threats as like who's gonna win week to week. I look at threats as who can win the whole thing. I think Ryan is. I think Ryan's the linchpin in the whole thing. He has relationships with everyone. I feel like people would feel bad eating him. Where I know that same feeling isn't here. Like Austin, I know is waiting to take a shot. Bear, I think if you had to put him on the needle, he's voting me out. So, you know, I don't know, but I guess the way to look at it is, if you're in the jury, how are people gonna vote? Melf will vote based on emotion. Rob will probably vote based on combination of maneuvering and being a game player. Austin will probably vote strictly on winning games. Bear's probably like a Rob vote, and Ryan's probably like who offended the least amount of people vote. That's all I'm saying. That's how I think those 5 will vote to win the game. And so will I get Mel's vote? No. Will I get Rob's vote? Maybe, but I gotta win next week. Would I get Austin's vote? No. Would I get Bear's vote? Maybe. I gotta win. I gotta win 2 weeks in a row. I think to get any respect out of Rob and Bear. But there's 4 people voting for the winner. I don't have a hit list. I'm trying to survive. You know what I mean? Like, the only way I have a hit list is if we win HOH, and then we got to see what happens. Then it just comes down to interactions at that moment. Do I think there'll be any more alliances going forward? The only way I think that they're gonna break up is if I win. I win HOH. Because let's say, but it's interesting though. So say Bear wins, he'll probably put up me and Austin, and then Ryan will probably send me packing because it's an easier move for him, and he knows I won't be better in the jury. But then again, I don't know what being the jury is like. I mean, we could be. I mean, I don't want to project how I would be. I don't want to project how I would be in the jury. Well, no, I don't want to project how I would be in the jury. You know, I'm not saying that this is what someone was, but I'm not saying that's not how someone was in the jury. I'm not saying that, but I'm not saying that. You know, I don't know what it's like to be voted first out, Champions Assault week 1. Like I got nothing but sympathy for Melf. You know, I may get voted out next week, but you know, you probably forget, hey, did Rob or Dan get voted out first? But man, or voted out third? But you know who got voted out first. Look, and I didn't want to say anything. I didn't want to say anything, but I mean, it's an open forum here, and this is all. We're just general disclaimer here. And this is 100% serious. What I am talking about is within the confines of the game. Okay, so when Champions of Salt is over in 10 minutes, then I walk away. I'm like, hey, you know, what's up, guys? What's up, Melf? But within the confines of the game, I've just noticed that Vancouver Kingston Productions decided to handle the post-show interview a little bit different. Look, I can't speculate as to why. That was just as a competitor, I'm like, well, that wasn't how it was last week, and that's okay. because I just roll with the punches. But I'm just saying, I don't have an answer as to why that was. But no, I think it was a good. You know what? As a production side of things, like if I were an executive producer on the show and I watched week 1, I'm like, yo, fire. Let's change the interview. I would have done the same thing if I were the executive producer. And I'm not saying why, but you know, that's part of the emotion. You don't know. That's why when you're in there competing, and that's why, like, it's easy to sit back here and armchair quarterback, like, and because trust me, I think the best thing about this whole thing has been the production. I mean, it's like you show up organized, dialed in. It's a really, to compete in it, it's really enjoyable. So I get it, you know. But no, so it was fun, and I really enjoyed it. And like once we leave the Champions Assault diary room, then like it ends until next week. But it was a lot of fun. And I'm looking, next week, who knows what's gonna happen, you know? Anyways, we'll take 2 more questions from the live studio audience. No, 100%. Like, and that's what I said even on the back channels. Like, to put on something like this, not easy. To have the idea, one thing, yeah, cool, good idea. To organize it and then execute it is a totally different thing. And realistically, nothing like this has ever been done on Twitch. So it's like every week you would expect to get better and better, and it has so far. Do you want to know what it feels like to be a jury member? I'm gonna fight like heck, so I don't know what it's like. You know, because I guess the whole point of it was I can't anticipate how someone's gonna feel when they're put on a jury. So that's why, like, for me, it's a no judgment zone, right? Like we could be salted. I could be heated, but at the same time, I don't know. I don't have an answer for you. Like, if there's a season 2, would you be willing to set out and host again, or would you want to play again? I would just be happy to be involved in some capacity, whatever makes the most sense. But I'm having a lot of fun. I would do it again in a heartbeat, and I hope we get a chance to do it, and I hope it does well and everything that needs to happen. But I think Kate's doing a great job. Like, there's nothing I would change. Like, and I think the cool thing that we heard from Kate at the end, which I didn't know, it's like she made changes that she thought was better, and she also listened in the community, which is awesome. You know, I always feel like the best stuff comes from you execute an idea and you're like, oh, I didn't think of that. You know, TJ Man 112 said, hey, why don't we do this? I'm like, yo, and sometimes ideas make sense, sometimes they don't. But I think it's cool that, like, there were some changes made. Not because I thought there was any, but it's cool. It just shows you how much the importance of this is to the people that are organizing it. But anyways, yeah, no, Kate, like, dude, plus, I mean, don't even take into account what it's like to wrangle all us jabronis together to, like, do everything. You know what I mean? Like, that in itself, we need to get Kate, when it's all said and done, we need to get Kate and Emmy for executive production in a Twitch show.